I'm here in Minnesota with super collector Ryan Timmer, and you're about to see one of the craziest collections of sealed packs and autographs in the entire world. All right, Ryan, I'm incredibly excited to go through this. I've seen bits and pieces of it as we were laying it out here on the table, and this is absolutely insane. I want to start with these sealed packs. You've got an incredible sealed pack collection, but what makes them really special is these aren't just any packs. These are packs with all-time greats showing on the pack. Let's start with 1980s baseball, because this was the era that I grew up in. Probably a lot of people watching today grew up in the 1980s era of baseball card collecting. And this is a 1980 Topps baseball cello pack with Rickey Henderson on the top. One of the most iconic rookie cards there is. How did you go about finding this one?
Yeah, this was my golden era too. Started collecting in '83 as a kid. And these were really the icons of me watching baseball growing up in Minnesota. So Rickey Henderson, of course, Hall of Famer, all-time stolen base leader, such an iconic card. And these are hard to find in packs. So if you just think of the odds of this card being on top is 1 in 792. So in 792 packs, you would find this occurrence once. So you really do have to search out there to find these. And then I would get these graded by PSA.
The population count on something like this is around what?
Maybe 10.
Okay.
And some of the ones that we'll look at today are as low as 1.
Yeah, that's incredible. And so what an interesting way to collect cards from the 1980s, but to do it in a different way, right? So here we're at 1981 Topps baseball. You've got Kirk Gibson showing on top on that pack. We've got Tim Raines showing on top on that pack. How about Harold Baines showing on top of that pack? You've got Fernando Valenzuela showing on top of that pack. Like what a really interesting way of seeing a lot of these stars.
And in my collection, not a Hall of Famer, Fernando, but just such an iconic player in that time. So my set really does span the Hall of Famers plus some of those like Gibson and Fernando that were icons at the time that didn't quite make the Hall of Fame.
So next is 1982, and this of course was a really big year because this was Cal Ripken Jr.'s rookie year. And you've got the 1982 Topps baseball with Ripken's rookie showing on top. You've got the 1982 Fleer baseball with Ripken's rookie showing on top as well. And I know you've got a lot of Ripkens, a ton of packs with Ripkens. Talk to me about these.
Yeah, so I started in 2008. And I would buy up every one of these packs for about $40, $45 that I could. And then I would send them into grading. So I sent in probably 60 packs across the 3 different manufacturers. This one came back at 10. So again, super rare to have a perfect pack with him showing on top. But yes, I have over 50 of these packs in my collection.
Wow. Do you consider these to be a strong investment because of the uniqueness of these items?
Yes, I like to think of investments, strong investments as rarity. So I equate the rarity to that. So very few packs. Immediately when it went from a, ungraded pack to a PSA 10, it went from $45 to $450. And that was on day one. And again, over time, these are rare. There's not a lot of them that get added to the population. So the value of this has increased a lot over the last 15 years.
Yeah, and that's interesting because, the 80s are considered a junk wax era, right? Overproduction. So how do you take an era where there was so much overproduction, but then get really unique, rare items from it? This is a brilliant way to do it.
And a lot of these packs were opened. So they're rare in the fact that most kids just rip these and they don't save them. You really also need that intestinal fortitude not to want to open these packs and preserve them and then get them graded.
Yeah, fascinating. All right, let's go to 1983. So we've got 1983 Fleer. We've got Ryan Sandberg on top. So you've got Ryan Sandberg's rookie year here. Here's the 1983 Topps with Ryan Sandberg on top as well. We've got 1983 Topps with Tony Gwynn on top.
What's the grid on that one, Jeff?
Incredible. That is a PSA 10.
Those are rare, super rare. And one of the best rookie classes ever, 83 with Boggs,
Yeah.
Lincoln, and Sandberg, of course.
Unbelievable. And then we've got the Tony Gwynn on an 83 Fleer pack, also in a PSA 10. You just mentioned Wade Boggs. We've got Wade Boggs here on an 83 Fleer pack in a PSA 10 as well as a Topps pack with Wade Boggs in a PSA 10. Just incredible.
It's a lot of 10s, Jeff.
It's a lot of 10s. And as you said, packs are actually difficult to get good grades on, so it's amazing. Let's move to 1984. This is getting into the era when I started to, show some interest in cards. The 1984 Fleer Baseball, Darryl Strawberry's rookie card on top in a PSA 10. And then you've got the iconic 1984 Topps Baseball, Don Mattingly on top, one of the iconic rookie cards from the 80s, PSA 10 on that pack as well. Incredible.
And again, two non-Hall of Famers, but how could you have a complete 80s collection without Strawberry and Mattingly?
Oh, you must have it. Must have it. And then 84 Fleer with Mattingly on top as well. So we got another Mattingly rookie card there. Now the card that so many were chasing back in the 80s, the 1985 Topps Baseball Mark McGwire, the United States baseball team card, Team USA for Mark McGwire, on top of that pack in a PSA 10. That's incredible.
It took a long time to get one of those submitted. I actually was never able to submit one that graded a 10, so I had to buy that one. And bought that a little over a decade ago, so that one has also matured very well.
I imagine it has. Also from 1985 in Topps Baseball, we've got Kirby Puckett on top of that pack. And then we've got Kirby Puckett as well on top of a Fleer baseball pack. We've got Roger Clemens, 1985 on top of a Fleer baseball pack as well. And then we've got a 1985 Topps Baseball Roger Clemens, the standard 85 Clemens card on top of that. All right, 86. I was buying a lot of these packs myself back in the day from the corner store. 86 Fleer Baseball, Jose Canseco on top of that pack. That's pretty cool to see such an early Canseco card preserved on top of a pack like that.
And this is the one time when you wish Donruss made a cello pack.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. One thing that's cool about these particular packs is they are so visual. These cello packs in particular that you're collecting here, it allows you to really see the card. And they don't get much more iconic than this one. The 1987 Topps Baseball, the wood border, the pack that everybody ripped and loved, that design, still love it to this day, with Barry Bonds rookie card on top. Awesome card.
Yeah, that one's a special one too. I'm a decent Bonds collector. I have the PSA registry for the 86 Topps Traded Tiffany set too. So I've been a Bonds collector for a long time.
Yeah, that's a really cool pack. And speaking of Barry Bonds, we also have his 1987 Fleer rookie card here in a PSA 10 pack condition with that iconic Barry Bonds photo with the Pirates hat there on the 87 Fleer set.
And we are fully in the junk wax era.
We are.
But getting PSA 10 copies of that, pack, very difficult stuff.
Yeah, for sure. We've also got Barry Larkin on top of a 1986 Fleer pack, which is cool to see. And then perhaps my personal favorite of all of these 80s cards, of everything we're seeing right now, probably my favorite. If I could have any one of these packs that we've seen, it may not be the most valuable, but it's the one that would excite me the most. It's this one. It's the 1987 Topps Bo Jackson Future Stars. I love that card. Chased that card as a kid. Had some of those cards as a kid. And you've got a Gem Mint 10 of that pack. Incredible.
That is actually the first card I ever bought in a baseball card shop.
Okay.
So it's a memorable card for me too. It's funny that we share kind of a very similar experience and affinity to that card, but that was, that was always the tippy top for me. And again, not quite a Hall of Famer, but could you have had a better career in baseball and football than Bo Jackson did?
Incredible. I mean, it's so much fun. Bo Jackson was such an amazing athlete. So now we're going to go to 1988. We've got Alomar on the front of this, Roberto Alomar, and Mark Grace on the back of this pack. So that one's kind of unique. This is a 1988 Donruss baseball.
And again, could you get any more junk than the 1988 Donruss wax set? But this is the pack to have if you're going to have one.
I like it. I like how they have the price on these packs as well. 1988 Topps baseball, Tom Glavine on top, 69 cents. You can see right there in the pack price. Gem Mint 10 of that 1988 Topps baseball pack.
And you might be able to buy packs today for less than that.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually true. You probably could from that era. Also from 1988, the Fleer baseball, you've got Edgar Martinez on the top of that pack. That's pretty cool. And then how about 89, Randy Johnson on the top of this 1989 Topps baseball cello pack. One of the other iconic rookies from 1989. Of course, people think of Griffey, but Johnson, one of the greatest pitchers of all time, was a rookie that year as well.
And such a great set. And I also own a pack that has the Ripken FF on the back, but they don't consider 89 as rookie. They consider 88 as rookie, but there's no, again, the most iconic card doesn't qualify for my rookies on top or back set.
Interesting.
Because it's not quite as rookie card.
Yeah, interesting. Well, Ken Griffey Jr., this one certainly does qualify as an iconic rookie. The 1989 Fleer baseball, Ken Griffey Jr. showing on top of the pack, PSA 10. Really, really cool collectible right there. And then you referenced Bill Ripken, the error card, the FF error card. We can't say what it really says on the bat here on the channel, but of course, the most famous error card of all time, 1989 Fleer baseball, and it is on top of this pack. That is pretty amazing to see.
Yep. So PSA doesn't let this pack be in the registry, but you can't keep it out of my collection.
Oh, for sure. This is, I mean, absolutely iconic card, an absolutely iconic pack. Very, very cool. So speaking of the registry, you actually won an award for having all of these packs plus many others. We're just showing a part of your pack collection today. These are all packs with iconic players showing on the table. Talk to me about this PSA Set Registry Award that you won.
Yeah, when I started my journey, I wanted to win one of the PSA Best of Registry Awards. So individual sets, like the baseball card set or a basketball set, can win that individual award. So I won about 170 of those. But then they announced the Best of Basketball set, the Best of Baseball set, and then for the Best of Unopened set, I won that about a decade ago for my basketball set collection.
Wow, absolutely incredible. Let's see some of that collection right now. And we have to start with this. This is 1961 Fleer basketball. So an absolutely iconic, super, super old set. Of course, Wilt Chamberlain was the big chase card in 1961 Fleer basketball. You have two sealed packs with Wilt Chamberlain on the back. You can see it through the back of these packs. You can see the Wilt Chamberlain card back there. How did you find these, and how many of these actually still exist today?
Well, in the PSA population, these are the only two that exist.
The only two. So those are it. That's it. You own both of the 1961 Fleer basketball sets that have Wilt Chamberlain showing that are still sealed to this day.
We happen to have a monopoly, and you can see Chamberlain staring right out the back there. I initially got this pack in a GAI holder. So I had that cracked out, sent it to PSA, they authenticated that 15 years ago. And then probably 5 years after that, another PSA graded pack, so that mine was a 6, that one, 7 came up for sale at an auction house. And I said, it just needs a friend. So I went out and I bought that, and I upgraded my set, moving from a 6 to a 7, but I decided to keep both because they're so rare. And in the last decade, none have come for sale, none have been added to the population. So this really is the definition of rarity.
Yeah, wow, that's absolutely incredible. I know you've got, basketball packs from the 70s as well, but I want to jump forward to 1980 because, of course, 1980 Topps basketball, that was the year of the famous card of Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, consider their rookie cards, and you had Dr. J sharing the card with them. You have got not just one, but you actually have a bunch of packs with this occurrence. This one here that I'm holding is a PSA 8. Tell me about this.
Yeah, so it's an interesting set, and it really is the start of modern basketball collection, 1980. So you could get a card that would have Larry Bird on the left and then 2 other people on the other 3 panels. You could get a card that had Larry Bird or Magic Johnson in the middle and cards on the outside panels. The ultimate card is the one that goes Larry Bird, Dr. J, Magic Johnson. So I've collected all of those packs, so I own all the different variations of the rookie, but have focused on this, and there's about 55 that have been graded so far, and I own 20% of the 55.
Wow. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. One of perhaps the only basketball sets that's actually more iconic than the 1980 Topps is, of course, 1986 Fleer.
It is hard to beat 1980, but 86 Fleer, in my opinion, does it.
And you've got an entire collection of graded 1986 Fleer packs. We're going to start and end with a couple of particularly special ones as we go through these. So we're going to start with Jordan. Everybody, of course, wants to know about Jordan. This 1986 Fleer basketball pack has the Jordan sticker showing on the back of the pack.
Actually a relatively common pack because there were 13 stickers. So 1 in 13 packs will have the Jordan sticker showing through the back. I resisted opening this, got it graded, but this is a decently plentiful pack, certainly in the population.
What's a little less plentiful are the packs that have a certain player showing on the front, I would imagine, right?
And part of that is you can only see about half the cards. The card has to, be recognizable in the red portion. If it gets in the blue portion, you just can't see it.
Sure, yeah. And this one is recognizable. Charles Barkley on the top of this pack, graded to PSA 8.
Barkley's easy to see, and he's my favorite to collect in it. Again, Jordan, huge fan growing up, but Barkley was my guy. And I have about 7 of the 10 that have been graded so far.
You've also got Elijah Wan. Very, very cool.
Must have the #1 pick that year.
Absolutely. Dominique Wilkins, a player close to my heart, especially living in Atlanta.
Hawks legend.
Hawks legend indeed. Slam dunk champion. How about Karl Malone, another big player, obviously from the 80s. And then this one's interesting. You've got Drexler on top and you've got Larry Bird's sticker on the back. So you got 2 legends in one pack showing there.
Yeah, and I really wanted to collect all of the rookies showing on top as part of, the uniqueness of my collection of these packs.
And Patrick Ewing completes that as well, another great rookie. But this one here, the one we're gonna end with on 86 Fleer, is a little more unusual. This is Bill Laimbeer.
Who doesn't consider Bill Laimbeer one of the best cards in the 1986 Fleer set?
Why is this pack in particular such a chase?
Yeah, that's a great question. So this is a Pop 1 pack. The uniqueness of 1986 Fleer is they have a very set collation. So if you tell me the top card on the pack, I can tell you all of the cards in the sequence behind it. This pack goes Bill Laimbeer, and then eventually Clark Kellogg, and right behind Clark Kellogg is Michael Jordan. So this is a pack that is guaranteed to include Michael Jordan within the pack, but he doesn't sit on the top where the gum has stained the card for 25 years. He's in the middle of the pack. So if there's ever a hope of getting a PSA 10 Jordan, it might be in that pack.
Interesting. That's really, really fascinating. Such a unique tidbit from basketball collecting history, how the 86 Fleer packs were correlated. And what a smart way to collect a pack that has a Jordan inside it, hopefully in pristine condition, by getting one that has Bill Laimbeer on the top.
Every day I look at it, it's like a Christmas present.
Yeah, really, really fascinating. Well, those are just some of an absolutely incredible collection of packs. We don't have time to go through them all today, but there is another part of your collection that I do want to shift to and focus on. You have an incredible autograph set from the 1980s as well. I think the audience is going to be thrilled to see this. I'm thrilled to see this. Show me what you have in front of you over here.
Well, thank you. And again, you're so kind to say that. I decided to put together the Court Kings 1985 set. It's an interesting set because it includes Michael Jordan rookie card in it. There were 2 sets. A yellow set and a blue set. So the first 25 were the yellow set of stars at the time, and then the next 25 were rookies, up and coming players. I like this set for autographs because it's such a large card. You can get a nice full autograph. So this one shows the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, Really, really cool. Really cool. Such a great era of basketball. And it's unique, right? These star cards, many less of them exist than a lot of the other sets from the 80s. Everyone chases 86 Fleer, and 86 Fleer, of course, is an absolutely wonderful set, but it was produced much, much more heavily than the star sets. You don't see these Court Kings cards around very often, and you almost never see them autographed by the players.
Yes, intentional, and again, my chase is for rarity. That's why I gravitated to it. It's a nice complete set that has all the Hall of Famers and rookies in it to go across that. And rumors are there was about 5,000 produced. I don't know that we have official production numbers, but that's about what they think was produced of these sets. So it is pretty low in numbers compared to the junk wax era that we're dealing in.
So that's Kareem. Show me who's next here.
Oh, this is one of my favorite. Dr. J, such a lovely signature on that thing.
Good signature and a good photo too of him coming right off of a dunk. That's pretty cool.
Again, another nice Hall of Famer, had an awesome college career.
Yeah.
Fell a little bit short in the pros, but did win a couple championships. So he was, battled through injuries and those kind of things, but nice big Bill Walton autograph.
Really, really nice card there.
I know you're gonna like that one a lot.
I do. Look at Dominique Wilkins, Atlanta Hawks. I love that. Yeah, these larger format cards are cool. Both, as you said, the autograph actually is quite a bit bigger on these, and then the photography too, in many ways nicer for display.
All action shots.
Yeah.
Again, started Showtime. There's Magic Johnson, and you can't have Magic without Larry.
Yeah, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. And I know from us talking earlier, you were telling me you think Magic Johnson and Larry Bird are undervalued in the market right now.
Huge fan of both of those two. They couldn't have done more for the NBA and changed the game. And, their autographs, you can get them, but they're decently rare and hard to come by these days.
Yeah.
So when we go from yellow to blue, we're going to that, next generation. So Isaiah Thomas, multiple championship winner.
Yep.
And then we get into this year. So this is his rookie card. This is an 84-85 card.
Yeah.
So that's an Akeem rookie card. Some say that this set actually came out before, like the full set.
Okay.
So there's a chance that this is his first star issued card. We don't know that for sure, but it's either his first or his second.
Wow. Yeah, super, super cool. Obviously predates the 86 Fleer. Just great. Yeah, awesome card. Great photo.
My favorite player.
Yeah. Talk about a great photo and a great signature. Big signature on that. Charles Barkley. Love it. Absolutely love it. Super cool. Charles Barkley, rookie. But then there's one other rookie from this set.
Did we not go through everyone?
We're missing somebody. We're missing the headliner of the entire set. And I suspect you have it there next.
And part of why I collected this set was I looked at the visual appeal of the cards. 86 Fleer Michael Jordan, awesome visual appeal. His 101 star card,
right?
Kind of boring. He's like making an outlet
coming down
pass
from like a rebound and about to pass the
That's
ball.
That's not an exciting card.
Yeah.
But his star slam dunk card, one of the best pictures ever, that I think ties with this. So this was taken during the 1985 slam dunk contest.
Wow.
In Indianapolis. So during that, you can see his gold chain flying in the wind as he's going through the cradle.
It is a really good photo.
And then the interesting thing about this is, so Michael Jordan signed with Upper Deck to be, kind of a sole autograph property of theirs in 1992. So before 1992, there are signatures out there that are kind of in his rookie era. This is one that's called the Flair signature.
Okay.
You can see the loops in the signature.
So this is an early signature for Jordan.
So this is probably an 85, 86, 87.
Oh,
he transitioned out
okay.
of this signature in 87. And then I needed both. So
Sure.
I needed a rookie era. And then this one actually has on the back the Upper Deck authentication hologram.
Right.
And you can see how those two signatures are different. This one is actually a little bit bolder. It might display a little bit nicer, but this one is much earlier, much rarer, and you can see that flare loop in a signature that's so iconic. And he really did spend a lot of time signing these and taking a lot of time signing these two cards.
Yeah, that is super cool. I having both of his signatures in that manner from the two different eras. That is super cool, and what an iconic card. I mean, great photography on that. That is just a really, really neat card. What a way to cap off your collection of these signed star cards.
And the
really
hunt
exceptional.
was fun. It took me 15 years to finish the set,
Yeah.
to track down all 50 autographs. And it's not always the high dollar players that you think of. Like some of these are just rare. A few of the folks have died. And I believe I bought the only 2 Michael Jordan signed court kings that were on auction and those kind of things that appeared in the last 15 years.
Yeah, that's incredible. And you've got the whole set. There's 50 total, and we are not showing them all today, but they're all piled up here on the table. Absolutely incredible to have that complete set. Very, very impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Ryan, I want to ask you, a lot of what we've seen here today, this is 1980s, some of this predates, 1980s. I'm not seeing anything from the ultra modern era, right? I'm not seeing any cards from the last couple of years, but I know you do some investing in the new up and coming players as well. I'm curious to hear your investment philosophy when it comes to to brand new players.
Yes, when I got back into investing in 2008, I was looking to invest in assets. I collected sports cards as a kid, so I wanted to, kind of bring that back, and it was an area that I had some expertise. So I really tried to look for rarity and how I can get to a unique place in the marketplace. So that's what drove my collection. As I saw modern cards coming across, I still would invest, but the populations of cards are much higher, so there's not a lot of rarity in like, in the 2020 year, Anthony Edwards had his rookie card. There's more parallels than I can count. The production on those was very high. So I said, how can I invest in Anthony Edwards that has rarity in it, it's sports related? So I decided to go into jersey investing. At most, you can have 82 jerseys, right? And sometimes
rookie
they
year
use
jerseys,
rookie year jerseys, or in any given season. But yes, rookie year jerseys. And sometimes they wear them for a couple games. So the max is 82. I know I'm limited to a number of 82. All of his high dollar prisms were selling for many tens of thousands of dollars, but you could buy a jersey for $7,500 at the time. The NBA auctions and Migray would sell those, so you knew they were authenticated, they came from a good source, they came with paperwork. And then today's phenomenon, I think, is Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, I'm curious, how would you go about approaching Victor Wembanyama?
The card prices are so high that even if he's an all-time NBA Hall of Famer, will that value hold? It's hard to see that. So I kind of looked back and said, what rhymes with history? And to me, the instance, if he's going to be the next Michael Jordan, who's going to be the next Scottie Pippen on that team? Who's going to help him win championships? And my thought is Devin Vassell is a strong number 2 on that team. So I started snapping up Devin Vassell rookie jerseys, which you can easily get for $1,500. You talk about a logo man, the jerseys have a logo on it, plus about another 80 good patches that you could cut up to make the equivalent of the card. So I just saw there's such a value gap between what logo man cards are selling for and what you could buy a full jersey for. So I'm investing in Victor Wembanyama by buying Devin Vassell rookie jerseys.
That's fascinating. I never would have thought of the play of getting Vassell's jerseys because he has the opportunity perhaps to appreciate greatly in the market. If Victor Wembanyama has the career that people hope and expect that he will have, he of course will lift his teammates up with him. And as you said, for every Michael Jordan, there is a Scottie Pippen who also can be very, very valuable to collect, but perhaps even more of a kind of a sneaky investment play.
Yes, it's sneaky because who does that halo shine on? Devin Vassell is my top pick.
Interesting. Ryan, this has been an absolute treat getting to see this entire collection. So much uniqueness here today. I know the audience loved it as well. If you did, leave a comment, give the video a like, and make sure you're subscribed to this channel so we can bring you more collection tours just like this one. Ryan, thank you so much for showing this to us today.
My pleasure.
Take care.
Running up the numbers, that's a lot of crime. Try and take it from me, must be out your mind.